Despite a difficult and challenging year and a half, ARI can boast of an unusual number of outstanding successes. The pandemic engineered multiple postponements, rescheduling, and change of venue. It also delayed government grant approvals and funding. The board at ARI felt that we had a good plan and good things in the works, so we moved ahead and persevered. That turned out to be the right action, as you will see in the following 2021-2022 highlight video.
The mission, as I see it, of Aucilla Research Institute is not strictly archaeology, but we've been blessed with being in the center of a lot of great archaeology, but we're also interested in natural history and the history of the area, and we've why things exist as they do.
As part of ARI's obligation to the USDA Tall Timbers Red Hills Grant, ARI envisioned, produced, and executed a well-attended event titled A Walk in Time, the Aucilla Sinks Tour. A third of Jefferson County is home to one of the largest remaining large expanses of the original wilderness. The event was led and narrated by ARI board member David Ward. The hikers were treated to a vision of what Florida looked like 5,000 to 15,000 years ago. It is one of the most biological, diverse lands on the planet.
Right off this little dusty road where you'd never think you would see some of the most beautiful landscapes, geology, fauna, all natural plants that no invasive species, and right here in Jefferson County, and one of the most beautiful hiking trails that you would ever see, and it's right here on our back steps.
Human occupations are interesting, whether they be 14,500 years ago, or they're, at the Second Seminole War, Spanish Mission period, you name it, it is all here. And this place has probably been occupied by humans for 14,500 years, and I doubt there's been too many interruptions. It's research on the one hand, it's education on the other. It's earth sciences, it's about people, archaeology, and really understanding in a better kind of way the resources we have in this area. And it's obvious they're quite unusual and sometimes totally unique. You don't find this kind of thing anywhere else.
Early in 2019, ARI was able to partner with Tall Timbers in the submission of a U.S. Department of Agriculture Regional Conservation Partnership Grant. The grant, titled The Red Hills to the Coast, Connecting Land and Water, was approved in the first part of 2020 for a total of just over $7 million. ARI's portion of the award was $128,000 to fund and provide 3 major scientific conferences and to host several other local related educational activities. Without question, the major highlight of the Institute's 2021-2022 activities was the multidiscipline conference held at the historic Monticello Opera House on March 4th and 5th of 2022. The conference, first of 3 required by the USDA grant, featured 16 acclaimed scholars from the Chesapeake, Galveston, and Apalachee Bay areas. The conference, titled Cultural Heritage, Natural Resources, and Land Stewardship, The Significance of the Apalachee, Chesapeake, and Galveston Bays, was a hybrid event held both in person, Zoom, and streamed live on YouTube.
Thank you for being here. My name's Jack Carswell. I'm the Vice Chair of the Aucilla Research Institute. The people who made this possible are some extraordinary organizations. One is Tall Timbers, which is anybody who doesn't know much about tall timbers, you would be fascinated to find out about it. Then the Aucilla Research Institute, which I just mentioned I'm a member of.
Of note, the Esperance of the event has equipped ARI with the ability to interface in a real way with scientists and scholars regionally, nationally, and internationally. Also, the papers delivered were all recorded, preserved, and archived on ARI's website and are available to any inquiry. Through the generosity of the Perkins Foundation, ARI was able to purchase a state-of-the-art ground-penetrating radar, GPR, and software. The Perkins gift also provided the funds for board member Tom Harmon's training trip and technical support. This valuable scientific instrument provides ARI with a wide array of important investigative abilities. ARI has secured 2 Hurricane Michael grants from the National Park Service that are managed through the Florida Division of Historical Resources. The first grant is for Wakulla Springs State Park that will be assessing damage to certain Apalachee sites that date just prior to, and we believe, just after the first European contact in the first half of the 1500s. The second grant is for 3 grants along the Taylor County coastline that were also impacted by Hurricane Michael. These sites are the Spring Warrior Mound Complex, the Hickory Mound 6 Confederate Salt Works, and the Florida Mound site.
The idea of the Aucilla Research Institute is to produce a highly independent natural history earth science institute that can deliver to policymakers unvarnished science in order to make informed decisions that will help us live on this planet.
We understand our role, and we think we're an important nexus in implementing good and well-informed change.